we accidentally turn on the fan?
Oh, the fan was already on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Seems louder.
Turn it off?
Yeah, I think I...
Well, maybe it's okay, actually. Maybe go slower? Maybe a little slower. So we're here at the Sokel Seva Ashram, whereas they put on the leaflet, mercy flows like water. That's what we're told. Probably true. Plug into the Seva current. And we're here with Ajita Krishnapuru, who I just discovered, brought some very important devotees to the mission. so we're honored to have you with us. And Nanda Krishnapuru is with us.
Behind the camera.
Behind the camera.
Hiding.
Jaya Hari Prabhu is with us. Ati Sundari Devidas is with us. And Rishabhanadi was with us and will be with us in a few moments. So we are discussing Śrī Upadeśāmṛta. Ati Sundari has her notebook out and a textbook out too. Which is wonderful. So yesterday we discussed the first verse. Vacho Vegam, Manasa Proda Vegam, Jiva Vegam, Udara Pasta Vegam, Etan Vegan Yogi Shahita Dira, Sarvam Apimam Kutivim Sasisha. One who can control these 6 urges of the you can say the subtle body and the physical body, right? The urges of speech, mind, the mind, anger, the tongue, the belly, and the genitals. One who can control these 6 urges, they can become guru of the whole world. Or in other words, we can make good progress in our spiritual life. So we discussed that somewhat extensively yesterday. So we can move on to the second verse today. And in this verse, we're also clearing away the negative side, right? As I mentioned, we generally see this type of approach from our gurus, that first there's a cleansing that takes place, and then the beautiful fruit of devotion can manifest. So Mahaprabhu also shows this in his Shikshashtakam prayers, right? Jeto Darpana Marjanam, first clean the mirror of the mind, right? In Rupa Goswami's outline of the progress of the sadhaka, the practitioner, there's bhajana kriya and anartini vritti. Right? Bhajana kriyas are active service life, devotion, life of practicing devotion, and through that comes anartini vritti, which is purification of all of our impurities. And then after you clear that away, then all these higher stages, right, of pure devotional attachment and love for the Lord, they will progressively develop once that cleansing process has taken place. And of course, to some extent, these 2 things are going on in a parallel way, right? The cleansing as well as the development, the growth of our devotional creeper. And overall, in the teachings of our gurus, there's more emphasis on the positive side rather than there is on the negative side. Right? There's more emphasis on cultivating our positive attachment, right, to devotional life, and through that, the negative aspect will automatically be clear. Right? Overall, there's more emphasis on that in the practice of bhakti. Vaishnavism. However, it's also made clear that until we are fully purified, we cannot experience, full-fledged devotion. The full expression of devotion, we may get some touch of it, some shadow of it, but the full expression of divine love, of pure devotion, it cannot be experienced until we are fully cleansed of all of our material attachments, and so on. So then in the second, all of this is to say in the second verse, we're also dealing with this cleansing aspect, right? So the first verse was discussing these 6 urges that the conditioned soul will have. And then the second verse is dealing with, is listing 6 negative qualities, 6 qualities that will hinder, 6 qualities that will be an obstruction on our path. So what are those? Krishna knows. Can you say?
6 inhibitors in our path.
Yeah, 6 obstacles, 6 qualities that are unfavorable to our devotional practice. Can you say that?
Do I know? I don't know if I know.
You can say
Is
one,
it envy?
please. Well, that's another category. That is something, yes.
There's many lists.
There's many lists.
I get lost in the lists.
Okay.
No, but also I
Okay.
haven't remembered that.
Okay. Can anyone else? Maybe
Bad association.
That was a lucky guess.
No. Lucky guess. Huh?
Do you remember that?
Oh, Prajapa.
Okay, very good. Very good.
It's coming back.
See?
It's coming.
See,
It's coming.
Yeah, it's coming. Yeah, that's 2.
Bad association, Prajapa.
And this point about bad association is emphasized so much. It's actually mentioned twice in Upadeśāmṛta.
Pratishtha?
That's another list.
Yeah, it's enough.
Those are dealing with like more subtle, like envy, pratishtha. These are more subtle things. But this verse is actually like very practical.
Okay.
It's dealing with your behavior and practice in the world.
Overaccumulation.
Yeah, very good. See, you know it. Yeah.
It's 3.
So what's the difference of subtle versus practical?
Well, like envy, you know the word pratishtha?
No.
Pratishtha is referring to our desire for name and fame and, you know, having, you know, 1 million Instagram followers. Or wanting everyone in the temple to praise you and give you a special chair and a garland, special pakoras, that kind of stuff.
Serve your plate first.
Or get a golden spoon with your doll.
With your dog.
That's all pratishtha. So pratishtha, literally, the literal meaning, which is not so well known of pratishtha, is pratistha. It means self-establishment, the desire to establish yourself, you know, as a worshipable or person of high regard. That is pratishtha. So these are like subtle things in your mind. You can't see them or touch them, right? They may be expressed in different ways. But this particular verse is dealing with like tangible things that we do, right? So in that sense, it's very helpful, because you can tell someone, don't be envious, but it's like, okay, I'll try, but you know, I can't promise anything. No, I can't really control that, you know. But this verse is giving like a practical framework of things that we can proactively do.
Over-endeavoring.
See, you know it, very good.
Over-endeavoring, bad association, Prajapa.
You mentioned over-accumulation.
Over-accumulation.
Well.
2 more.
Yeah, and you mentioned association. Yeah, very good, very good. Yeah, so that's something that's so cool about Upadeśāmṛta, you know, that it's in some ways it's like a practical handbook. You know? And I mean, it's just incredible. It like covers everything, you know. So the first verse is kind of more dealing with these uncontrollable things in us. It's dealing with the urges that we may not have much control. We try, but we can't always control them, right? But then the second one is more of like a proactive, you know, list of, you know, advices that we can actually apply, you know, in a tangible way, right? So what are those 6 things? Atyahara.
Atyahara.
So literally, ahar is referring to eating. So it means overeating, but it also, in a broader sense, it means collecting too much of anything. Whether it's food, whether it's shoes, whether it's money. Srila Śrī Upadeśāmṛta, if I remember rightly, he also says even knowledge, so it could be something more subtle that you're like obsessively, collecting knowledge on something. Sometimes that can happen on a Google search, Yeah, these devices and all these apps are very dangerous, Like any little tiny question you have, you can boom, 5 seconds, So it's very easy to fulfill all these whims that we have. So atyahara, ati, ahar. Ati, you know what ati means?
Very.
Yes, very good. It's in your sister's name.
Yeah.
Ati. So too much, very much eating or collection. Atyahara, ati ahara. Atyahara, prayashas. Is it prayashash or prayasal? Let me check the diacritics on that. Prayashash. Prayasash. Oh, that's difficult. Prayasash. Yeah.
There's a word for word translation in that.
The Bengalis said every S is sha in Bengali, so I'll just say it in Bengali. But I'd be curious how a Sanskrit person would pronounce it. We could ask Sivasini. But prayashash cha. What is prayashash? Anyone remember? It's not an open book test, by the way.
Prayashash.
Prayashash. You said it. Prayashash.
What's the first one? Oh, over accumulating.
Yeah, atyahara is over accumulating.
Prayashash.
Prayashash. It means endeavoring. That's the literal meaning, endeavoring. And so it refers to it means over endeavoring. Endeavoring too much for something really meaningless. And then there's a spectrum, right? It could be something really, really terrible, like a drug habit, It's one of the saddest things, People who go to such extreme lengths to keep up with their habit, do all kinds of things, to get $5, It's just so heartbreaking. But that's at a very extreme end of the spectrum.
Right.
But
And there's like a Klondike bar, What would you do for a Klondike bar?
A what?
A Klondike bar. Ice cream. That's that's their like slogan. What would you do for a Klondike bar?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Very good. Klondike bar.
So that's one other end of the spectrum.
Perfect. What would you do for a Klondike bar? Excellent. Yeah. Yeah, or it could be like, just as a personal example, in Japan, it's hard to find vegetarian potato chips. So like, how many stores I searched? How many packets did I read with my translator on my phone?
All of Osaka.
All of Osaka. Trying to find that bag of potato chips for Okadashi. Like in that time, I could have just bought some potatoes and boiled them. Just had some potatoes. So that's another example. Over-endeavoring for something useless. And that, that tendency can be manifested all kinds of ways. You get something stuck in your head, and you will search high and low to get that, whatever it is. No matter how ridiculously insignificant it is, it's in your head. Okay, enough of that. I feel like I'm having too much fun with this.
It's good. I think we're having fun too.
So atyahara, prayashas, cha is and. Prajalpa. You know prajalpa.
Meaningless talks.
Meaningless talk. So useless talk, gossip, talking about all kinds of mundane things. this is also, of course, we're human, and it's inevitable we will engage in some level of prajalpa. And sometimes it may just be to be friendly. How's your cat doing? Some people might be offended by that. I don't mean to be offended. But just as an example, we may, it may be that we're just. Sometimes it's just a way of showing affection. That's what I mean to say, right? So the main point is that we try to be aware, not to let our talk get too far out there, and particularly when it comes to like criticizing others or gossiping about, very unnecessary things. Keep it within some boundaries, right? So that's something that, and like things like the news and world events, it's good that we have some awareness, political, all this stuff. It's good to have some awareness, otherwise we look like idiots, actually. It's good to have some awareness, but we also, don't go too far out with that. We keep our perspective.
Yeah, we don't want that to be the center of every conversation that we have. Yeah.
Right. But that's not the focal point.
Right.
Some level of awareness, maybe some level of discussion, but we keep it within some limits, right? Some boundaries. So having some awareness of that, is helpful. And keeping that broader perspective, right? That ultimately everything going on in this world is, a point on a line within a plane in a solid. It's all very, very temporary and all in the flow of this temporary world. Right? And ultimately it's all different varieties of illusion. Right? That's ultimately what it is. So we may engage to some degree in that kind of talk, but we keep that awareness in our mind, right? And we don't indulge in it too much. Keep some limits. That will be helpful for our progressive life of devotion. Right? It's all optional. If you want to make progress, this will be helpful for you. It's all very optional. Atyahara Prayashasha Prajalpa Niyamagraha. Remember Niyamagraha? You know this one. Niyamagraha. 2 words. Niyam Agraha. You know this one.
Niyamagraha.
Has a double meaning. Niyamagraha. To be too attached.
Oh, and too loose with rules and regulations.
So niyam, the word niyam means a rule, a regulation. Agraha, this has a double meaning depending on whether it's a long A or a short A. And so it means either to accept, like very eagerly, or to reject, to not accept. So in other words, it means to be too fanatic about following rules, or to reject them. So both of these are unhelpful. To be too strict and rigid in following the rules, or to be too relaxed about them. Right? Both of these things are unhelpful. So to have some middle ground, right? And common sense. Common sense also helps us. So if we want to give a little example, let's say, for example, with puja, let's say the offering has not been made, the pujari forgot. I'm sure that never happens. Just say hypothetically. And it's time for the noon offering, and the pujari has not shown up. Yes. It's 1:30. It's very late. You come in the temple and you see the offering. What are you going to do? The Lord is hungry. So are you going to go and take a shower and put on the 12 tilaks and your fresh clothes and then come? Or are you just going to say, let me just go and make the offering? Maybe I'll put some Ganga Jal and chant some purification mantra. And I'll just make the offering. It's so late. The Lord is hungry. Just as an example, right? That you're bending the rules a little bit because of the situation. You're seeing what is the most essential thing here. That the Lord needs to be fed. He needs to receive His offering. That's the essential thing. So it's like that expression, right? Like we follow the spirit of the law rather than the letter of the law. The spirit of the law is more important than the letter of the law. That idea. So yes. The rules are supposed to serve. The rules are supposed to promote our devotion. The real spirit of devotion should not be a servant to rules and regulations. Right? It should be the other way around. Right? There's one very nice expression, I think it's in Bhakti-rasamrita Sindhu. Smartavya satatam Vishnu. Najatuchit. I can't remember the verse right now, but it's saying to always remember Krishna and to never forget Krishna. All of the injunctions and prohibitions in the scripture, they are servants of these two principles. Right? So to always remember Krishna, to never forget Krishna. Those are the important principles, and the rules are supposed to be servants of those higher principles. So in other words, whatever is favorable to Krishna and the service of Krishna, that's the main central principle. And so whatever will support that. But then at the same time, we can't be too loose. Like, oh, yeah, we'll just come and do it whenever we want. That's not good either. Or, I'll chant my japa tomorrow. I don't feel like it today. I'll wait till I feel it. You hear that sometimes, right? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not going to do my service today. I'm just not feeling that vibe, Like, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna hang out in my room, watch a movie and stuff. Just not feeling it today. Yeah, that's not good either. We need, if we wait until we feel it, then we might wait a very long time. And while we're waiting, we might get distracted by a million and one things, and before we know it, we've lost all interest altogether. So sadhana. Sadhana means, as our Gurudev said, that we will happily do what we don't want to do. Sadhana is our disciplined life, right? That we follow, we keep a level of discipline. You don't always feel like getting up and having a shower, but when you do, you feel great afterwards, right? Most of the time. You don't always feel like doing your devotional practices or doing kirtan, but it's good for you. You don't always feel like taking your medicine, but it's good for you. Right? So there has to be some middle ground, right, between these two things. So niyamagraha, atyahara, Kesava Prabhu. It's his birthday today.
Happy birthday, Kesava.
Bimal sends his dandavats.
Okay, dandavat Bimal Prabhu. Atyahar Prayashascha Prajalpa Niyamagraha Janasangas. Or is it Janasangash? No, it's Janasangas. That's literally, it just says like associating with people. That's literally what it says. But what it is indicated is associating with the wrong people. or associating with excessively worldly minded people, people who do not support our ideal in life. That is not helpful for our progressive life of devotion. So sometimes we have to do a little spring cleaning with our friend list, edit out certain names. Sorry, this one gotta go. That one too, sorry. My mother has 8 friends on Facebook. She's very, very exclusive. So yeah, something to be aware of. Yeah, we just have to see, right? Honestly see, what relationships or friendships or interactions, because sometimes it's just about changing your level of interaction with someone, right? Like sometimes we can find we have a friendship with another devotee, another practitioner, and we just kind of lose the plot and just start talking about really stupid things all the time. It's like, well, hang on, like, we're actually friends in the first place because we share the same ideals. Like, let's bring it back. That's something that can easily happen, right? Like, let's remember what this is really about in the first place. So sometimes it may be that the person's fine, the relationship is great, but you need to make a shift in the dynamic. Sometimes it may mean that, right? Not that you'll just cut everyone out. It's not necessarily progressive either, right? Because at the end of the day, nobody's perfect, right? And sometimes it's more about how we relate with someone rather than that person themselves, right? So, but in some cases, we may just have to, say goodbye to somebody. That happens. It's been known to happen. Jana Sangas. Then the last one is Lolyam. And this is a tricky one to understand. And, there are different translations of this word given. Because it's a word, Sanskrit is a complex language and there's so much range of meaning, right? So that word Lolyam, there's a spectrum of meaning with that word. And sometimes in the way we've seen Srila Swami Maharaj Prabhupada in his edition of this text, he's translated as greed. And in some verses, it is rendered like that, as greed. But then, and sometimes in a positive sense, an earnest hankering, hunger, right? There's that one famous verse, right? Such a Lolyam api Lolyam, that verse. But the translation that has been given by Srila Sridhar Maharaj and also Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, they've given this other meaning that it means this like weakness of mind, fickleness of mind, where you lack this like decisiveness and an ability to focus, right? What in Bhagavad Gita is referred to as Vyabhava Satmika Buddhi, right? This one fixed consciousness. So this Lolyam is the opposite of that, where your consciousness is really splayed. You go to the supermarket, and we go back to the potato. You go to the supermarket in America, right? In Japan, it's no good. But in America, you find really good potato chips. And 500 different types. So you go, and you're, wow, that's low. So the mind is going this way, that way. Maybe you just went to buy some oat milk. But then before you know it, you're just distracted by 101 different things. That's a very simple example. But that weakness of mind, it can play out in many different ways in our life. And it can be dangerous actually, because it can get us into situations, like in terms of our relationships with others, right? We can allow others to dominate us, and we go along with other people's plans and end up doing things we don't really want to do, and before you know it, we got ourselves in trouble, right? So like, you know, we need to keep some clarity and focus, like what am I about? What am I here for? What are my boundaries? All these types of things, you know. That will be helpful for our progressive life. So these are the 6 qualities which are not helpful for our devotional life. Can you say them back to me now?
So the first one is over-accumulating. Second one was not prajalpa. That was the third one. What's the second one?
It doesn't have to be in the right order. It's easier. You can work it out later.
Oh, the second one was...
So we have over-accumulation.
Second one was over-endeavoring.
Over-endeavoring.
Third one was prajalpa.
Prajalpa.
Fourth one is bad association. No. Fourth one.
Fourth one has a double meaning.
Oh, what was it? Niyamagraha, which is...
Can anyone else say? We talked about it quite a bit.
Yeah, Niyamagraha.
Can someone else say?
Repetition of rules.
Oh, yeah.
Too much to learn.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So in your own words?
Being too attached to the rules or being too loose to the rules.
Okay, very good. And number 5?
Number 5.
You just said it before.
Help me out here, bro. I just said it.
Yeah.
Huh?
Very good.
Jana Sangas. Oh, bad association.
Bad association. Very good. And then the last one?
The last one. Lolium. Lolium.
I'm giving you a clue. Anyone else remember?
It's the last one we talked about. It's the one I should remember the most.
Oh dear, you're demonstrating this right now.
Oh, fickleness of mind. Thank you.
Okay, that helped.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Okay, here's what we're going to do.
I need to learn the Sanskrit.
We'll have like an exercise. I'm going to say the Sanskrit word and I want you all to repeat it back to me, okay?
Okay.
And then tell me the translation. Atyahara.
Atyahara.
What does that mean?
Utterly eating, if it's literal. Or we're saying overaccumulation.
Very good.
Over-accumulation.
Then prayashash.
Over-endeavoring, yeah.
Over-endeavoring, very good. Atyahara, prayashascha. Oh, no, I think you were right. Prajalpa is the third one.
Prajalpa is the third one.
Oh man, I got it wrong. Look at that. You were right. Atyahara, prayashascha, prajalpa.
Prajalpa.
What is prajalpa?
Mundane talk.
Very good. Atyahara, prayashascha, prajalpa, niyamagraha. Niyamagraha.
Niyamagraha.
Okay, repeat it everyone. Niyamagraha. Very good. What does niyamagraha mean, Prabhu? Of course, I'm being a bit mean because you were so absorbed in your service that you weren't listening.
I didn't get it.
Yeah, sorry. That was me. I was just throwing it out there. Okay, Vishwabandini. No, don't look at your nose.
It's not
Let's
open
see,
book.
look at my notes.
That's okay.
Too loose or too attached to the rules.
Niyamagraha. Niyamagraha.
Jalpa niyamagraha. Jana sangas.
Jana Sangas.
Which means
That is-
Jayagri.
Fickleness.
Sorry, that's the next one. Good guess.
That's
good
good.
guess. Good guess. Okay, Ati Sundri.
Bad association.
Yes, very good. Bad association. And then the last one, lolyam.
Lolyam.
Lolium.
Lolium.
And you just said it.
Yeah. Don't be
Fickleness.
fickle.
Yes.
Don't be fickle.
Be steadfast.
Yes, be steadfast. Great. Love it. Okay, awesome. Awesome.
Which one's greed?
Yeah, we discussed that. That's a translation choice
Lolium.
that is not, chosen by our gurus. Actually, Srila Prabhupada, you see this word lolium, the Sanskrit is lolium, it has a range of meaning. And Srila Prabhupada, in his edition, he translates it as greed.
Okay.
But Srila Sridhar Maharaj and Saraswati Thakur and other acharyas, they translate it as this fickleness of mind, like to have a weakness of the mind. Which makes more sense because the first quality to be avoided was overeating. So it's a bit of
I see.
like a double thing there. So yeah, that is a translation choice that was used by Srila Prabhupada. But in the other explanation by our gurus, they give this other version.
Okay.
So yeah, this fickleness of the mind, like the mind going here, there, everywhere, like that. So yeah. Okay, great. Well, that was a really, really nice class. Proud of you.
What's the one about wanting too much, like watching too much politics or something on this, being too interested in this plane? What's that one?
Oh, maybe you're thinking of prajalpa.
Okay.
You know that word, I think, right? Prajalpa, like worldly talks,
Yeah. Okay.
gossip,
Yeah,
that
is
type
what
of
I was
thing.
thinking.
Yeah. So yeah, just as a quick summary, then atyahara literally means overeating, but it has a broader connotation of collecting too much of anything, whatever it is, whether it's food or shoes or knowledge. So over accumulation of anything. We can all go back to our rooms and houses and open our cupboards and get rid of some things. Or our brains, and clean out our brains or some things. So atyahara, over accumulation. Prayashash means to endeavor too much for something. Over endeavor, like to really, go all out for some really silly thing. So over endeavoring is the second one. Atyahara, prayashash, prajalpa is worldly talk, gossip. That's the third one. Then niyamagraha, this one has a double meaning. It means to be too attached, too strict about following rules, or to be too loose about following them. These two extremes, not helpful. Niyamagraha. Jana sangas is referring to bad association, too much association with worldly, unnecessary persons or concepts. That can also refer to association with different ideas, identifying with worldly relative concepts, too much. That Srila Maharaj also mentions that. Because association takes place on the conscious plane, right? It's not necessarily a physical association. And then the last one is lolium, this fickleness of the mind, weakness of the mind. Nantavich has his hand up.
What's the translation for jana? In jana,
Jana just means people.
And sangas is like gathering?
Association. Yeah, this word sangha, it can be a little confusing because there's S-A-N-G-A, which is a verb, and then which means like it's referring to, like having association with others. But then there's S-A-N-G-H-A, that's a noun. So a sangha means like a community, right, of people. So like the sangha without the H is like this active, practice of associating with others. But then with an H, that means like an association of people who are associating with each other. So sometimes in the names of our temples, they'll put that word sangha with an H. Yeah. But sometimes devotees get it wrong. It's easy to make an error there.
Vimal Krishna just commented, just a side note for anyone interested, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur discusses in depth the 6 good and the 6 bad qualities in the back of the big white Śrī Upadeśāmṛta.
Okay. Can you hold that up and show it on the camera? And are they available here? They're not.
Ati Sundari is asking what page, Bhimal Krishna, if you remember. 6 good and bad qualities. You said it's in the back. I don't know exactly where though.
You're in the front.
Yeah, I was hoping I see a.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Contents page.
Okay. Well, let us know later, Prue. Maybe you can put a comment later with the page number. Well, maybe we'll close here, for if it's too late. It's been a really lovely meeting today with all of you.
Is there a place where you could look, see your talks, like some, you know, where you sign on, like a name, like, do you have close to?
Yeah. Well, this is going onto Facebook, but then I have YouTube, 2 YouTube channels as well.
Oh.
Yeah, and also I do Zoom meetings as well, which you're very welcome to join.
And those under your name, just like punch your name in there.
Nanda Krishna Prabhu, he manages everything,
Oh,
so he can. Yeah,
he knows.
he's a social
sign
media
on.
manager. Yeah, so he can. If you give him
Oh,
your
yeah, I can share
WhatsApp
that with
number,
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
if you give him your WhatsApp number, he can add you to the group and give you all the channels as well.
Okay.
Prabhu, would you like to lead us in Hari Harai Nam Krishna? Jadavai Nam.
Page 367.
Yeah, I found that. Thank you.
Nice.
Yadavai, Madhavai, Keshavai.
Keshavai.
So say,
62.
Jai Shubhakti Sundar Gundadev Goswami Maharaj Jai.
66.
60.
Hari Raja Nama Krishna Jata Pacha Namaha
Hari
Rama Krishna Hari Raja Nama Krishna Jata Pacha Namaha Hari Rama Krishna Jata Namaha Jata Pacha Namaha Kesavaya Namaha
I was thinking, we have the whiteboard here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
would
so
be
this is the
helpful.
other side.
Yeah, that would be.
Maybe tomorrow we can do that.
Yeah.
What time tomorrow are you doing?
Oh, like same time.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. All right. Then the whiteboard. As long as we're able to do class.
That's great.
Is that still going?
Oh yeah.
Before we start for job pulling.
Good night.
Good night.
Haribo.